Welcome to December. The cold and nasty weather is now here, and a little bit of snow here and there. We look to the approaching holidays and the end of the calendar year and ready to ring in the new year. For the Christmas holiday, my wife will often have our grandchildren over to bake Christmas cookies for their families and friends. We then have plenty for our house also. When our children were young, on Christmas Eve, we would be building presents from Santa. Hated building those bikes late into the evening, but would enjoy watching White Christmas every Christmas Eve while we were doing all of this work. And we continue to do so to this day, although absent building the bikes. And for those of you who may not know this, the song White Christmas was actually released much earlier in 1942 in a movie called Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. Just a little movie trivia, and if you've never watched it, it's a fun movie to watch. As to New Year's Eve, my wife and I are not big party people. So often on New Year's Eve, we enjoy a selection of appetizers. Okay, we make a lot of appetizers, with a bottle of wine and a holiday movie or two. We then fight to stay awake for to see the ball drop, as midnight is way past our normal bedtimes. With the new year comes a new beginning and a number of New Year's resolutions. January 1st, 2024 will be a new beginning for me. As I mentioned a couple of months ago, I'll be retiring from my current position as president of National Agency and taking a part-time position consulting with the company. I look back and think about starting my part-time career working as a caddy at a local country club at the age of 13, to then full-time employment after law school in 1979, and now approaching a shift back to part-time these 44 years later. And I wonder how this time has certainly gone by so quickly. I certainly question how I'll fill my time in retirement, but I am ready for this next chapter. As I look back on my time in the industry, 42 of these 44 years, I'd like to share some thoughts and memories. I am proud to have been part of such a dynamic and professional industry. I still remember my first residential transaction. I was sitting in a bank conference room all by myself, because in Rhode Island, there's only one attorney representing the lender, and waiting for the parties to arrive and wondering how I ever got here. To my first commercial closing, where as a newbie, I drove the bank attorneys nuts as to my requirements. But I'm pleased as to the role that I've played in these thousands of transactions. It's also been an honor and a privilege to have started with Chicago Title in 1986 and joined the FNF family of companies with our acquisition in 2000. I am fortunate to have worked for the finest company in the industry. And I'll certainly miss my friends and colleagues from these many years. I have heard from many of you wishing me the best, and I hope to stay in touch. So as we approach 2024 and we all start a new year, may I be so bold as to suggest a few resolutions for all of us. First, continue to innovate. We all must strive to improve our services to our customers, who, to a large part, will now include the consumer, as well as our realtor, lender, and attorney partners. We are a service industry, so our focus needs to be on this component of our business. Lead with pride. We are the industry that drives the economy and services one of the key factors in a person's life, home ownership. We should all be proud of that. Get involved and stay involved with issues affecting our industry. Our industry will continue to be challenged by the detractors who challenge the value and the purpose that we bring. Be active in your community to share the value of your services. Be active in your local trade association and the American Land Title Association to help tell our story. Be the beacon as to the professionalism of our industry. So to wrap up, as I head into my next chapter, I again want to say what an honor and a privilege it has been for me to work with all of you and to be your strategic partner in the growth of your agencies. I wish all of you much success in your future endeavors, and thank you for being my friend as well as my partner. I now officially pass the baton to Joe Grealish as President of National Agency for the Fidelity National Financial family of companies. I know he will be terrific in this position. Happy holidays to all, and again, thank you.